evening, everybody. Have you had a good time? I saw you all jumping about. It was very entertaining. Do you think you got in the video?
Yeah.
It reminded me of that film.
What? Bob flew over the cuckoo's nest.
Yeah, that's the one. So but you lot can ask questions as well, can't you? So if you can think of a question now, I might throw a few out. Yes.
Okay.
The first question we've got is for Don and Craig.
Oh.
And it is.
That's me and you, mate.
You both originally formed the Don Powell band. How did that idea come about? And that's from Jeff.
So I get to answer that one. Yeah. We had the idea to form the band just before COVID. We didn't even know there was going to be a COVID. Brilliant concept. We'd do some gigs, whatever. We auditioned. We got a full band. Not quite the same lineup, but we had a full band. Then it was COVID, and we could do. I'm not allowed to say so ball. Until for how long?
But you're good at, aren't you, Craig?
Yeah.
Especially we were stuck in our houses. You know, we were stuck at home, you know, nothing to do. I actually started watching Coronation Street. Yeah, so I'm the new Albert Tatlock.
No. I don't remember him. I'm too young to remember. What was his name? What was his name?
Albert Lee.
Albert Lee.
That was 10 years after.
Oh, yes, very good.
What was that? I missed that.
10 years. That was 10 years after.
Yeah, 10 years ago. Yeah.
Oh, he doesn't get it.
Tell him about Let There Be Drums.
Sorry.
Tell him about Let There Be Drums.
What about it?
Shall I tell him?
Yeah.
Okay. So we couldn't do any gigs. So we decided we'd do a track with all Don's mates and a lot of drummers that we knew, which was Let There Be Drums. Does anybody remember it? Yeah. Did anybody buy it?
Yeah. Who was the best drummer on it?
I can't be careful. Because there was another drummer on there. Well, there were 20 drummers altogether.
20, was it?
20. And there was another one. And who would that be? Andy Edwards.
It was me.
Andy Edwards. Yeah.
Thus, getting a connection with Don. That's the first time I got a connection. That's why I'm here.
Did we use him?
You deleted it in the end.
Yeah. No, actually, it was a great event. You know, the response from a lot of people, especially there's one of my favourite drummers, Brian Bennett from the Shadows. I mean, he was as soon as he was approached, no problem there. And it just, you know, some great people on, you know, it was lovely. A lot of people actually called me and said that, you know, that they wish that could have taken part. You know, my old mate Rickley from 10 years after. There were lots of drummers, you know, that would have loved to have taken part. But, you know, maybe some other time we'll figure something out. You know, yeah.
So that's, and then we carried it through from there.
Yeah.
So it was the Let There Be Drums project that really kicked this incarnation off.
But we got nothing. We hadn't got anything else to do. We couldn't do gigs. We couldn't even meet to rehearse because Don's in Denmark and you know the rest of the band were a bit spread out. So that seemed to. We also did it for there was a charity, which was a charity for crew because everybody. You know, the musicians could still work, they could still do stuff at home, they could still record, but like if you do a load-in of all the gear at a gig and there's no gigs, there's not a lot to do really. You don't push flight cases around as a hobby generally, so that was, and it got a great response. We did a lot of tracks with it. We made a little money for the charity, yeah, and it's a possibility to do it again, but who knows, yeah. It was the first part of. Is what? Oh yeah, John actually, although he wasn't. What you were on? If anybody, you watch the video on YouTube. It's still there. Let There Be Drums, and you can actually, if you want it, you can still download it. But there's no hard copies of it left. We like CDs and things. But Don, no, which one are you? You're Don, aren't you? That's John, isn't it? I always get them confused. John played keyboards and did all of the production work and linked everything together because we were all working from home. So so if you watch it, there's one keyboard part which is on for about a second and a half, something like that. That's him. Yeah. But all of the drummers had to do their own parts at home. They had to have a or be able to go to a studio that they could get into legally. And they also did their own videos as well. So some of the videos are a bit interesting with wobbly cameras. But check it out. It works good.
I'm feeling a bit sorry for Stevie. He's sat here and he's not. You're not involved at the moment, are you? So shall I ask you? Shall I find you a question from a fan? So Randolph from Budley Salterton has asked you, how did you get involved in the band? Again, it says it there. Yeah.
Yeah. You're talking about when Noddy quit, yeah? Well, I was.
Do both, yeah.
Okay. Well, I got a call from Craig, you know, and he said, "What are you wearing?" So anyway, after he finished crying and he pulled himself together, just said, "Help!" And so yeah, I mean, it just brought it all back, because I gotta tell you, I had the best time of my life with these guys on the road, travelling around the world, places I never dreamt I'd get to.
Steve, was this with Slade too, was it?
Yeah.
Tell them all about
just
that.
Just an absolute hoot. It was just, you know, side splitting all the time. But yeah, and you got to know fellowship like this. I go, just a word of advice: if you ever get a chance, join Slade. Yeah, because I never looked forward after that.
Oh, get over here.
Well, I've got a question for the band. And I'm a bit miffed, really, because your first single, Let There Be Drums, got all those guests on. Then My Shroner's got Jimmy Lee on, right? Then you got Bev Bevan on. Then, which one was that? I'll read it again. I Am the Beat, Bev Bevan, yeah. So you've had guests on every single record, haven't you? But where's the guest on this one?
Well, funny you should ask that.
We didn't need one.
Where's the guest?
He was the drum kit, remember? It was the kid.
That is.
Yeah. You were cozy.
Oh yeah. Really,
You don't have to feed in the line. I'm ready with that bit.
yeah,
Just give us a chance, Craig.
Yeah, the main thing is a trip.
Yes.
Who's talking here?
Go on then, Don. Sorry.
It's a real tribute to Cozy Powell. You know, so we've met a few times, obviously. And when you used to get each of them mixed up, he'd say to me, "Which one are you?" And I'd say, "Well, which one are you?" That sort of thing. It was a great little rapport we had between us, and just very sad the way it ended for him. You know, terrible. And really, this, you know, with Bob, it was Cozy's roadie. As you saw tonight, he allowed us to use Cozy's kit for the video, and you know, it's fantastic. I felt really proud being able to use it.
Yeah. So obviously you've had a stream of CD singles coming out. What we'd really like to see is a Don Powell band live. Are we going to see that?
You want to answer that, Craig?
No, you went. It's difficult to put a live thing together at the moment, because these days, it's touring is very, very difficult. Everyone wants to come and see a band, but they all want to come and see them within about a 10-mile radius of where they live, and it's just. Oh, well, all right then, yeah. So it is on the agenda, but at the moment we're still recording, we're still writing, because we've got other songs that are in development. It takes quite a time to put anything together, really, because of the separation. So we're all working remotely. So it's on the cards.
It's fair to say that we are in touch with agents in Europe.
Oh, yeah, we've been approached by agents in Europe already. Yeah. So. Probably, you know, it's certainly not. But this year's over, so it'll back end of next year. Who knows? We'll see what we can do, and we. Yeah, I mean, it's all. There's nothing planned really, just ideas. Yeah.
If that happens, yes.
Yeah.
You know, obviously, why not?
No. Well, there may also be an album first, and then we would tour it once the album's been released. But at the moment, it's flexible. We're having a great time, as you know, as you probably noticed. We're having a great time. You seem to be all right with it. You're enjoying it, aren't you? Yeah. So just give us a bit, and we'll work on it, and we'll do what we can. We would love to be out touring again, wouldn't we? We'd love to play live. Yeah.
That's the best thing in the world, being on stage and in front of a live audience. I mean, tonight was a great buzz, sort of thing. I mean, you guys were great tonight, and we really appreciate it, really. And so we'll see what happens. Yeah.
So, have you enjoyed it? Yeah. We're at the end. So, do you want to give them all a big round of applause?